22-year-old former professional journalist and now full-time writer and part-time MFA creative writing student at Rosemont College. He earned his undergraduate degree at Ithaca College in New York and currently lives in the Collegeville area. He has 2 published novels, The Showstopper, a historical fiction crime thriller set in New York City in the 1920s, and Camp Ferguson, a young new adult fantasy story with a heavy dose of humor and satire. Both novels are self-published and available through Amazon, but he hopes to someday come up with a story he can really sell to a publisher. In the meantime, Kyle spends his time working on book 2 of the Camp Ferguson series and several other smaller writing projects, including reviews and blog posts of his musings about writing. Please welcome Kyle.
The doctor fumed as he looked first to the man, then to the woman, but the emotionless stares of their sunglasses broke no argument. With a final grumble of protest, he edged his way past them and out the door, closing it behind him. The 2 agents then sat down on either side of the cot facing Jack, who gave them a knowing grin. "Hey guys," he said. "Agent Mulder, Agent Scully." He nodded to both of them and chuckled to himself, but stopped as he registered no change in their expressions. "That was a joke. We in the government don't joke, Mr. Ferguson," the man said, folding his arms. "In fact, we don't even have a sense of humor that we're aware of. Leave the jokes to the terrorists. We're here because we have reason to believe that you may be in possession of certain talents." "Well, talent is kind of my middle name," said Jack, shrugging under the straitjacket. "You're going to have to be way more specific." He smiled innocently as the agents both looked at each other. "What do you think?" the woman asked in a lowered voice. "Does he know what he is yet?" "Of course he doesn't know," the man snapped back. "Does it sound like he's got a clue?" "But the effect he's had on the staff, they're all basically in love with him." "Yeah, I know exactly what effect he's having. He's pissing me off," the man muttered, rolling his eyes. He cleared his throat, turning back to the expectant Jack. "No, Mr. Ferguson. Frankly, the BMA could care less about your semi-legal shenanigans." "BMA?" said Jack. "What's that?" "Bureau of Magical Affairs." "Lame." "Anyway," the woman persevered as the man clenched his jaw tightly, We've known you've been in this institution for around 4 months now. We know how you and your friends broke into the community pool to go night swimming. We know how the water levitated out of the pool and onto the ceiling. And we also know that before the neighborhood watch caught you, you spontaneously teleported about 100 yards through a solid wall and a chain link fence. "Not bad for a first-timer," said her partner, dry but unamused. "Huh? I did what now?" "The same gravimetric anomaly was present nearly 72 hours later before it finally collapsed," the woman explained. "Of course, neither you, nor your so-called friends, nor the local police could corroborate any part of your story. So they did the only logical thing and shipped you off to the nut farm, where you proceeded to lay low for a couple of months with a fake name. Is that about the size of it?" "Yeah, pretty much," Jack said, shrugging and copying the story with no resistance at all. "Hey, how did you know about all that stuff? I don't remember you guys being there." "We didn't have to be. Someone posted the whole thing on YouTube," the man replied, barely disguising his scorn. "Of course, we took it down almost immediately. We can't have the general public getting wise to what's really going on out there." Jack nodded, his one blue eye and one brown eye gleaming with mischievous intent. "Okay, I'll bite. So what is really going on?" "Mr. Ferguson, what we're about to tell you is classified at the highest levels of government security," the man began, folding his hands on his lap. "Also, you probably shouldn't try to wrap your head around it all at once, because it might make your brain explode. In addition, you may have noticed that people seem to like being around you, almost as though they're drawn to you." "Well, sure, but I never thought about it too much. I mean, I'd want to hang out with me." "What we're getting at, Mr. Ferguson, is that you have abilities far beyond the range of what most people can do. It's because you, to put it simply, are magical. You have the potential to train in the mystic arts. We work for a body that deals especially with people like you, and that's why we're going to need to take you with us for both your safety and the safety of everyone else. Do you understand?" The agents looked expectantly at Jack, who blinked at them as the only sound in the room was the muted music still coming out of the speaker grates in the ceiling overhead. "Oh," said the boy finally, nodding. "Magic, huh? Okay, cool." The man and woman gave each other a quick, incredulous glance. "Cool?" the woman echoed. "What do you mean, cool? We just told you everything you knew about yourself and how the entire universe works is totally wrong, that magic is real, and that you can use it, and that's all you have to say? It's cool?" "What?" said Jack. "It is pretty cool. Besides, I think they made Spider-Man a musical at one point, so stranger things have happened." "So where is it I'm supposed to go exactly?" He raised his eyebrows at the agents expectantly, who frowned in confusion and struggled with how to proceed. That's classified," the man said bluntly. "But let's just say it's somewhere you'll be able to learn how to use your magic without blowing the rest of us normal people up." Okay, so what happens now? We take you downtown, the woman said matter-of-factly, but gritted her teeth as Jack snorted with laughter. Good one, Serpico, we're already downtown. What she means is that we'll be taking you to the BMA office, where you'll have to do a series of tests to determine your initial aptitude, her partner explained, rising to his feet as the bed springs creaked with the removal of his weight. Then we'll be giving you an assignment to one of our training camps before you're shipped out. After that, he gave an indifferent shrug. Well, just try not to get yourself killed or something. The Bureau spends a lot of money on you kids. It'd be nice if they weren't blowing it. Sure, Jack said, watching him. Sounds like fun. Quick question, though. Let's say I don't care about any of this government stuff. Like, I really, really don't care. What happens then? You'd rather we just left you here, the woman demanded, hands on her hips, in a mental hospital? You're trussed up like an animal, and now you know you're the sanest person in here. Do you really want to stay? Hey, for the record, I was just fine before you guys got here, Jack said breezily. I mean, I didn't think I was crazy, but I didn't have a better explanation for everything. Everyone's nice to me. I get free chocolate pudding every Thursday, and even the straitjacket thing isn't that bad. All I have to do is play Connect Four with my mouth, sit on the couch, let people feed me, and watch TV. It's a pretty sweet deal, really. He chuckled to himself. Besides, the mids here are awesome. And anyway, I'm not an idiot, dude. I watch Schoolhouse Rock. I know I've got rights. So what are you going to do if I don't do what you want? Disappear me? He waited for a response, but didn't get one. Oh, right. Duh, because it's magicians we're talking about here. Actually, they prefer the term wizard nowadays, the man corrected him. It's more PC or something. Even the women. Apparently witch isn't progressive enough. Well, can I at least change us into some street clothes before you take me away? The woman eyed him critically, her tone loaded with snark. Is it really going to look better than this? Oh, okay. You guys can talk. I mean, where'd you get those suits? Oh, I know. Nordstrom hacks? He chuckled with laughter as the two agents ground their teeth. So just to be clear, the man growled, self-consciously straightening his tie, you're not going to cooperate. Come on, dude, said Jack, throwing his hands up and grinning apologetically. It's not like that. Okay, well, it's kind of like that. I get where you guys are coming from and everything, but I can't do any of this stuff you're talking about. So people think I'm cool. I mean, they're right, but still, big deal. It's not like it hurts national security or whatever. Besides, I've got a life. I've got important stuff to do. So sorry to mess up your plan and all, but I just can't come. Can't or won't? The man asked, taking an accusing tone. Either. Jack snickered again, but Nordstrom hacks. That was a good one. You guys have a pen or something? I gotta write that down. Turning their backs to him, the agents put their heads together in conference. What are we arguing with this loser for? The woman hissed. He's a moron. He's probably already putting us into overtime. Let's just taser him and drag him down to the BMA for processing. We can't, the man said disapprovingly, running a hand through his thinning hair. That's against procedure. We can only use force to subdue them if they're violent. The woman pulled her sunglasses down and looked at him frankly with her pale blue eyes. I'll say he attacked us if you will. Hey, least interesting man in the world, said Jack, grinning insolently and motioning with his hand. You mind getting out of the way so I can blow this popsicle stand? I'd like to get back to my life while I'm still young enough to enjoy it. You know, unlike you. His mouth turning up slightly in the corner with an uncomfortable, sadistic manner. The man gave him one more glare and turned back to his partner. He reached to his hip and pulled the loaded and waiting stun gun quickly out of its holster. Yeah, all right.